Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Direwolf20's 1.16 FTB Pack, where today we're getting to some in-game wood stuff. Alright, so just about to upgrade my flux storage. I just went and converted a hybrid redstone into the flux dust, and that was, since it has been a while, that was just, you put the obsidian above bedrock, chuck the redstone under it, left click, and you end up with flux dust. Ages ago, I told the recipe for the gargantuan flux storage, which stores 128 million RF, and we now have the stuff to make it. So, go. And let's watch our crafting monitor, because this is a fair bit of resources. Imagine crafting this by hand. It'd be terrible. And done. So we have our gargantuan flux storage, and I guess we'll keep our regular flux storage. So we set this to the network, and let's give him a priority of 1. Oh, yeah, he's going to slowly fill up. And yeah, that'll just be a bit of a buffer for different bits and pieces. I have once again bypassed the ore quintupling. I'm confused as to why there are crystals on the ground. Very confused as to why there were crystals on the ground. But essentially these two chemical crystallizers, they can't keep up with just how much ore we're getting from our void miners and from this dude, and when I occasionally go mining also. So we're doing the crystals, but we're also just chucking the ore straight into the ore quadrupling. And we seem to be holding up alright with our hydrogen chloride. And yeah, we're getting a bunch of resources, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I don't think, as was brought up in the comments, I don't think it's really worth the hassle, at least in this pack, going for the ore quintupling. I mean, it was cool to set up and cool to see it working, but yeah, unless you're in a pack where like, resources are limited, where you don't have access to void miners or even these things, like yeah, being able to infinitely generate resources for power is fine. We could be getting close to being able to make our next reactor. Not our next reactor, but another spirited reactor. Probably replace this guy, just to give us a little bit of a power boost, because we were struggling earlier. Although I think now we're kind of caught up. There's a rat. There's a rat getting into my house. Don't take holes in my house. You bring in your rats here. That's right. Yeah, I've got all these magic books, and I'm intending to just convert them all into... let's find the right one. Which one's making magic stuff? Enchant liquefier, this dude. So these are just a whole bunch of enchants I don't particularly need. Finally chucked air efficiency on my helm. So now we don't get the... before we were getting... like, it's harder to mine when you're floating in the sky. But now that's not the case. And that was... Somebody mentioned that many episodes ago. So I finally did it. And chucked mending on my leggings and boots because they were getting a bit damaged. And I don't want to have to pay to repair them. But yeah, with all this liquid enchant, which we should get a fair bit, we're going to be making some more of these mob farms. There's going to be a bit of crafting. I might do a bit off camera, sort of showing you basically how these work. Still need to replace these Scale the Summit perks because I really don't think they're doing anything, having multiple of the same one. Just looking in here, like it doesn't have the perk 4 times, so I think we're wasting 3 of the slots, and we could just chuck some different stuff in there. Let's get a couple of these. So there's a couple of things we probably want. We definitely want Enderman, probably want Blazes. Wouldn't mind getting the vanilla mobs. So we've already got cows somewhere, right? I know we've got cows, we probably want sheep. Chickens would be good. Bees, no, because bees don't actually drop the honey, I don't think. So we've got cows, sheep, chickens, something. And we'll just grab a few of these and we'll go catch some random mobs. But yeah, definitely Enderman and Blazes are probably the main ones. We can get Industrial Foregoing Essence, so to be fair, I might not bother with that for a while because I think we got quite a bit in here. We have 1,200 buckets, 1,205 buckets of the Industrial Foregoing Essence. So, what I want to make, because we look at what we're getting from Woot, we got 9 of these Byzantium essences, which are used for making, it might be the final tier? Byzantium. So this is our, so the top tier. So this tier is normally used for bosses such as the Ender Dragon. It is the only tier that can use exotics. So we probably only need 1 of these actually. And we got 4, so we could have the Ender Dragon, we could have the Wither. I'm assuming we can have the Wither. I don't know if we could have like Britannia's boss. That would be pretty powerful if you could have that boss, but I mean it's worth a shot, I guess. And maybe there's another boss, maybe the final Britannia boss. I don't know if Woot only does certain mobs or if it'll do any mob and just calculates the loot based on whatever drops when it simulates them. Or it might, I think it actually spawns them, or at least it did in the old version from what I was reading. So I guess we probably only need this Exemptus tier. And the only thing that's different is we need these cerulean blocks. It's cerulean essence. And we've got 45 cerulean essence, and I'm pretty sure... Okay, 2 make 2, so that we'd only get that many blocks. Rain, alright. So yeah, I'm gonna whip up perk 3. So we might use this one, which was he was a tier 2. Oh, he's a tier 3. So we'll set up a tier 4 for Blazes, and I guess we could double... No, that should be fine. So I'll go catch Blazes, Enderman, and some other random mobs, and I'll whip up opponents for making these wood farms. Oh, the Guardian. The Guardian, I imagine, is an exotic, though you could probably do one of the not boss ones. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. Right, so I'll do a bit of crafting, get us these wood components, and we'll end up with some massive wood factory thing. Alright, looks like slimes are not going to be a problem anymore. Because that does work. Oh, there we go. You must have to kill the little ones. Because that's the one that I captured. Nice. We got the small slime, which is probably fine because I think they still drop all of the stuff anyway. I was actually here trying to find a witch. Because that seems like it could be a handy thing to have, and I thought they spawned in swamps. But in saying that, I'm not seeing a lot of witches. Just for glowstone. Might be nice to have glowstone. We are getting it from a void miner as well, so not a huge deal if we don't find one. Alright, so we've got the stuff for a tier 4 mob factory. And we've got a Guardian mob controller, and I didn't actually kill the Guardian, I just killed the smaller ones around that ocean temple, but it still gave us a Guardian, so that's pretty cool. So that'll be Prismarine, if we ever need Prismarine for anything. Got Wither Skeleton, Blaze, which is actually only tier 3, and Enderman. So these are the 4 mob controllers I'm going to be using. And this is all the other stuff that we need for this mob thing. So we definitely want this layout guide, and I guess we want just a little bit of cobblestone, so we can figure out where we're going to have this. I might end up moving this guy. Let's see how big this tier 4 is going to be. So this is a tier 4, and shift right clicking will... Step through the different Y levels. So, hey, that's pretty cool. Oh, so it's not even that much bigger. And that actually looks pretty nice there. And then I guess we could have another one just opposite it. Just move those chests. And I feel like that would look pretty cool. So yeah, this is what I want to build. Yeah, it's kind of in the perfect place. So we get our intern, and this is obviously going to have trouble eventually. Oh, we need to put the heart down first. Ah, did I not even... I don't think I made a heart. Ah, we don't have a loot exporter. That'll do it. And let's try that again. No primary base. Oh, did I pick up the primary bases as well? And I think it will get stuck on the mob controllers because that's what happened last time. But maybe not. There we go. So we're just missing our primary controllers. And these are these guys. So what do we want on the front? I reckon the Guardian. I mean, not that it actually makes a difference. Guardian. With a skeleton. Enderman. And a blaze. And I think that's done. Oh, we're missing the cell. Which I just made another basic one, which may not be enough. Nice. So we've done it. So let's get rid of this layout guide. And there is our tier 4 Woot thing. So it's going to use 4 buckets of Conotus fluid at a time. And these are the things we're going to get. So unfortunately we're getting stone swords. We are getting wither skeleton skulls, which is awesome. Prismarine crystals, shards, enderman stuff. And blaze stuff. Cool, and fish. Oh, guardian spikes. What is that? It's used for making guardian charm. Or some prismarine stuff. So guardian charm. Guardian can't see you with this. That's pretty cool, actually. And I think we have to just put this here. Turn it on. Great, I've got the blue to the bottom on this guy, so I think this should work. Yes. And we should be getting stuff. If we had a... Let's just get a chest, just because I like seeing what we're actually getting from it. And once this does a thing, which I think we just missed one, getting wither skeleton skulls. Now I'm picking the wither takes a tier 5 mob farm. I'm not entirely sure, so we're going to find that out. But yes, I'm suspecting we might start to run into Conotus fluid issues. Like, ender pearls shouldn't be a problem. I mean, actually, it looks like we're kind of keeping up. So we haven't gotten another wither skull, but that's cool. So the next thing I think we want to do with this guy is, I guess it'd be good to get these perks out of this guy. And we did. Cool. Because we can upgrade the scale, the summit ones, to the 3rd tier, which is the final tier. And chuck that in our new mob farm. Ah, dear, it did the thing where it placed the item and the item disappeared, but it should actually, there we go, it was actually in our inventory. I think this goes on top of this dude, right? Oh! Nice, and you should be working again, you've just got no perks. Actually, since we discovered you can only have one of each perk, we'll just put that one in there. Then we can upgrade this guy to level 2. And then we want the 3rd tier. Scale this up at 3, which needs 3 of these Magnus plates, which we should have plenty of enchants. So we got some Stygian iron. Man, we got a few diamonds. Oh, we got a lot of diamond swords. Whoa. Man, we're getting so much junk that I need to get rid of. And then inside, our injection press. And this will be pretty slow. Yeah, so I'll wait for this to be done. And I guess we assemble... a tier 5. I think I'll do it. And speaking of that, I need to hook this up to an ender chest as well. And then I guess we'll try and get a wither inside one of these mob shards and chuck it in this tier 5 guy. And then the only other thing we have to do is these exotics. And they might be a little bit trickier. So factory exotics. Spawns 10 mobs. So these are just ways of... oh, they cannot be crafted in a very rare drops from End City treasure chests. I don't know if I'm really that keen on raiding a bunch of End Cities just to try and get one of these. I mean, we don't even need all the gear, to be fair. So I think we'll whip up this tier 5 wood guy. And then we've kind of got all our resources automated that we could really want. And I guess we start looking at what we're moving into next. Alright, I've just made the best discovery about Woot. And that is that the enchant liquefier can use enchanted armor. And that is so good. Just building up a bunch of the enchanted plate stuff we need. Chuck some different perks in. We've got our head start perk in both of our mob factories, and it just gives us an extra chance at skulls. Upgraded him to Scale the Summit 3, which is the highest tier one. I think I did the same. He's still only level 2. He might only be able to be level 2 because he's a tier 3 factory. Not sure. Yes, we've got a head start. We've got Treasure Island, which is looting. And Wisdom, which gives us experience shards, which is pretty cool. So we come over to Woot. You can see you're getting a bunch of these experience shards. And we can shift right click a stack. And it's a few levels. Which is cool. Not that we particularly need the experience, but I mean, sure, why not? So, I have in here a massive... the thing for the mob factory. And actually thinking about it, we can't really assemble it till we have our mob controllers. So I definitely want the wither. It's going to be the first one we need. I might just use these mob controllers. Actually, we might have enough, because we'll need 5 withers. So we should be able to make another one of these, and this should be enough withers to fully program one of those slots. So we grabbed a bunch of soul sand. Let's go fight some withers. I don't know what else we could make that would make us do more damage to take these guys out. Actually, our bow was the best bet, wasn't it? A powerful bow with a bunch of arrows. Now, there is a slight problem. Let's grab some golden apples. And that is... and I saw this mentioned somewhere that you can fix it, but I forget how you do it. But if we go to our mining hole, so there's these green particles and a weird ambient noise. And the biome is actually changed to a grongle growth, which I think is from the Undergarden mod, which could be cool to check out. But I think there is a way to fix that, and it might just be deleting the dimension and making it again. But let's try and mute it. Ambient environment. That's better, because that was pretty loud. Still pretty loud, but it's fine. Yeah, I guess we just fight a bunch of withers. Should be pretty easy. Obviously wither is going to be annoying. Ah, I left all the mob shards back at the base. So I think we should just be able to left click on them, capture the mob. Nice. And we just need to kill 5 more of these guys, so back after that because it's just going to be noisy and the same thing over and over. Actually, let's make it more interesting. Now this might be a bad idea. At the same time, could be kind of fun. Let's fight 4 withers at once. Let's get them all to the shielded phase. Let's hit another guy. This is just chaos. Alright. Alright, 1 down. 2 down. Alright, well that was very nosy for me. And we now have a wither mob shard, so let's shoot back home. Cool, so we got our wither shard. That means we just need one of these and one of these. And this must be tier 5. Yeah, this is tier 5 only mob controller. And for now, we're going to replace them, but we'll also spawn chickens, sheep, and cows in our tier 5 mob factory, just because I don't have anything else to put in there yet. And let's do this. Imagine building this by hand. Cool, so I think all we're missing now, we've still got some Byzantium blocks. So it's trying to place the mob controllers first, and it looks like they go just below the perk slots. So we definitely want the wither on the front. And these ones don't matter because we're going to replace them anyway. Build a tier 5 factory. There we go. I had the hammer set to the wrong mode. There we go. That is the biggest mob factory you can get. It's using 1.2 buckets. Probably not a bad... oh, cool. If you put a sheep in, you get all the different colours of wool. Nice. Oh, you don't get eggs from the chickens? That's dumb. But hey, we've got ourselves this dude. We just need another tank. Oh, I also made an ultimate fluid tank. So this guy is piping into there just to get like a decent amount just backstuffed. Because we are making it faster than we're using it. That might change. What was that noise? That might change with the introduction of this guy. Turn you around the other way. You're getting Conatus fluid. We grab a chest just because I want to see what sort of stuff we're getting. And oh, this guy's pretty slow. Nah, spawn time 1200 ticks. What are you? You're a spawn time of 320. You're a spawn time of 320. I guess it's because it's a wither. So if we think about the perks we might want on this guy. Looting. I don't know if you can ever get more than 1 wither star. So maybe we don't want looting. Oh, then again, maybe we do. I don't know. Scale the summit. No, we really don't need any more of them. We're getting them from this tier 4 one anyway. And I mean, I could build another tier 5 one of these dudes, but again, this isn't an expert pack. This is already going to be way more stuff than we need. I just kind of wanted to build them. It would be kind of cool to upgrade these guys actually to tier 5. Figure out what it is that they're missing. It looks pretty simple. Like for extending it, it's just some cerulean blocks on the corners, some disc caps, so we could assemble this all by hand, to be fair. And upgrade all of these to tier 5. And then we could put, if we ever got round to it, those perk things, not the perks, the exotics, if we found some. because we can only have exotics on the tier 5 mob factory. Now, did we get some stuff? It's still waiting to spawn. Ah, item fluid ingredients. Right, I didn't read this. So this guy needs soul sand and wither skeleton skulls just to run. So export from the system. Soul sand. You're getting soul sand. And wither skulls. Now we could put a crafter and craft wither skulls out of this. But maybe we want skeleton skulls or something. I mean, I don't think we do. I don't think we do. We do that. You should now be getting wither skulls. And now when this guy gets around to running again, speeds up the spawn time. Feeding frenzy. That's what we're making in a second. So we should have got a nether star and chicken, leather, beef, and well, that's just because, yeah, I needed something to fill up these other mob controllers. I mean, I guess we get the ender dragon. I don't know what else I don't know what the ender dragon drops that we want. Now I'll just quickly make those speed upgrades. So reduce the spawn time. Reduce the spawn time. We don't have these ones. They just need diamonds. Let's get 16 of these. 16 of these, and just buff them in this guy. We'll still hardly chew through that armor. But we chuck this feeding frenzy upgrade into this dude. So currently our spawn time is 1200 ticks. 960 ticks. 600 ticks. And we're kind of limited by how many wither skulls we're going to get anyway. From this guy. To be fair, we could replace our Scale the Summit perk with probably a feeding frenzy as well. Wouldn't be a bad idea, just to get us more of those things. Look, we got 3 nether stars already. And that's going to take a while to make those plates anyway. So we'll leave it like that. It's going to get even a little bit faster once we make that feeding frenzy 3. But D's Oracle. I remember reading about this, and this thing showed you what mobs would drop. So we can see what a wither skeleton could drop. Hey, this is pretty cool. So an ender dragon will drop dragon eggs and dragon's breath. So it looks like maybe we can't set this to other mobs apart from these ones. So a dragon egg. I don't think we actually use that for anything. And I don't think, yeah, there's nothing we use the dragon egg for. So I don't think we'll bother. I mean, dragon's breath we do. Make some jet boots. We can make a lingering potion. Make some mana regeneration potions. Invisibility. We can make power out of it. Could be kind of cool. I can make potions with create. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know what else to put in this guy. And obviously do the upgrades. These finished. Might have enough to make Feeding Frenzy 3. We do. Let's change the spawn time from 1200 to 300. So he's actually faster than these guys now. But yeah, we're going to run out of with the skeleton skulls. In fact, we're already out of them. And probably because this guy's not making enough. I mean, we've only got head start 1. And this head start 2. And we can't do head start 3 yet. So I'm assuming that higher tiers of head start would give us more heads. And I guess we could, in this mob farm, put in the head one and have 3 wither skeleton mob controllers, and that would mean every time that this guy would run, he would make enough heads for himself. Let's do that. I'll do that quickly, because that seems like not a bad thing to do. And then it's kind of self-sustaining, apart from the soul sand, obviously. This is definitely the ticket. Made another meta beamer. And that was way faster. Right, turn off these guys because that's enough. Yeah, there we go. We got 3 mob shards with the skeletons in them. Means we just need some glass. A couple more prisms. Grab a couple more Stygian plates. And then if we replace like cow, with the skeleton ones, so there's, we'll get rid of these first. So another wither skeleton, another wither skeleton, another wither skeleton. And there we go. Hopefully we get a bunch of wither skeleton skulls every time this guy processes. Oh. It's too fast for me to see. Say there's our 3 wither skeleton skulls. They're gone. He's run through. Ah, we only get 1. So it looks like you can't stack multiple mob controllers. So we'd be better off having a wither skeleton in this guy, which means we need to upgrade him. We would have 3 wither skeleton ones, and they should all get us wither skeleton stuff. But yeah, we need to upgrade this guy to the next tier. That's cool. That's cool. We'll do that another time. Alright guys, we have made it. We've made our tier 5 Woot mob factory. Pretty easy, to be fair. I mean, there's a bit of time involved, a little bit of power. You need some resources to get into it, but definitely worthwhile, and a little bit less mess to deal with than a regular mob farm, I guess, kind of. Especially being able to use the enchanted armor for the enchanted fluid for making the upgrades is really handy, I think. But I think that's probably it for Woot. Maybe I'll upgrade those other 2 mob farms, but as I said, this isn't an expert pack. We don't really need like a bunch of wither stars for making gear. I'm really looking forward to 1.16 expert packs coming out. I think I'll definitely be giving it a go. Hopefully like an Enigmatic 6 expert would be really cool. But hey, that's all on the future. Next episode, thinking about mine colonies. Could check out Astral. Could make the mechanism power reactor thing, fission reactor rather. Lots of stuff we could do. Not really sure where we'll go, but keen to check out some more 1.16 mods. Hey, it's been ClassicDuff. You've been watching the episode. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.